Ireland's legal immigration system is getting the piss taken out of it. Thousands of migrants paying €500 for fake Irish documents on WhatsApp to evade visa regulations as market exposed. Non-EU citizens are paying over €500 each to get their hands on fake letters and Italian or Portuguese IDs to get out of having to study while living here. In Ireland, foreigners are able to stay for up to 7 years once they sign up as students, with 25-week English courses costing up to €3,900. They can work for 20 hours a week during term time under this arrangement, but thousands are finding ways around it despite the threat of deportation. Tiago de Silva, chief executive of Dublin's SEDA College, told us they pay €600 to €700 to not have to study. So let's hold the horses here just for a little second. One thing that I noticed when reading this is that Ireland has many different departments. It's got a lot of government. So Ireland, with this big government, will crack down and say Irish families building homes on their own land. They will tell a family to destroy their own property if it goes against some type of protocol, and they will actively target Irish people like that. So there's no lack of government here. However, this is going on, and they don't have the people within the government to crack down on this. This shouldn't even be an article. This should be really hard to do within a serious country, well, a somewhat serious country like Ireland. Do you get what I'm saying? We're not the United States of America. We're not a massive continent like the African nations. This is a tiny little island. A tiny little island that should be able to get a grip of this. This isn't a hard thing to maybe tweak a little bit, so then it's making it harder for people to do this. A hard pill to swallow for the people on the right, the right-wingers, would be whether it be legal immigration or illegal immigration. If individuals are coming to your country and they're working, that is supercharging the economy. People on the left within the United States of America had a good point about this. They said, look, it doesn't matter if it's 10 million or 20 million illegal immigrants coming into our country. They're the ones picking the strawberries, they're the ones working on the farms, they're the ones actually supercharging the economy, and they were 100% correct about that. However, the United States of America has less bureaucracy around illegal immigrants. So whenever they come into the United States of America through the southern borders, they get put straight to work, which supercharges the economy. In Ireland, we are full of bureaucracy. So we have all different types of government agencies and different types of visas, and if you're an illegal immigrant, you maybe can't work and you're put on social welfare. Then you're given that social welfare, or you're given some type of an allowance. It might not be social welfare, and that money might not be actually spent within the economy. That money might be spent in foreign lands, and that's where Ireland is losing out because of bureaucracy. So you're always going to get illegal migrants, and you're always going to get people coming in legally with fake documents. What I'm trying to say is, if that's going to happen, then let's take away all the social benefits. Keep them for the citizens and for the people of Ireland that have contributed to society. Keep it for those people. And anybody that comes in here illegally, or maybe comes in here legally with fake documents, put them straight to work. Make them contribute to the economy. Let's supercharge our economy. Let's at least benefit from this. Now, the statement I've just made there might go down bad with some people. Some people on the right, some people even on the left. But that's the most logical statement that can be made here. If it's going to happen, well, let's benefit from it. Let's supercharge our economy. Right now, that isn't happening on the island of Ireland. On the island of Ireland, we are a welfare socialistic state that exhausts public funds to look after everybody else apart from the people of Ireland. And when you try to progress in society, you are met with lots of bureaucracy and lots of red tape. Let's remove that red tape and let's become an actual serious country. One Brazilian source told us they know of hundreds of people who have counterfeit documents. And according to the Brazilian ambassador to Ireland, some Irish employers are even encouraging workers to spend around €400 on fake passports to stay here legally. Ambassador Marcel Beato told us he has seen some Brazilian people who bought forged Italian or Portuguese passports to get around the lack of work visas. He added employers don't pay for work visas, but urged their employees to buy fake passports to stay in Ireland on a legal basis. Now, unfortunately, regardless if you're on the left or the right, conservative or liberal, this is going to continue to happen because Ireland's system is bollocks, right? Everything. The only thing that works within Ireland in regards to the government is the government agency set up to put as much red tape in front of Irish people as possible, where they have to even destroy their own homes. But this is going to continue to happen. Now, what I'm trying to say is, yes, we need to get a grip on the legal and illegal immigration. However, why not benefit from this? If this is going to happen, anybody that's came here legally but have forged documents or anything like that or whatnot, well, if they're in a job and they're paying tax and that money's going into the system, well, at least let's supercharge our economy and let's become wealthy again instead of this socialistic hellhole. Well, it's not a hellhole. I'm not a full capitalist, but you know, we need money for hospitals, we need money for services. So if this money, if these people are contributing to society, well, let them contribute to society, let them further contribute to society, so then we benefit from that. And while that's going on, we can pump that money into services that go into immigration, that cracks down on illegal immigration and the legal immigration with the fake passports, so we can use that money with services that are really needed in this country. In my opinion, there's a massive difference between this and the illegal immigration. So with the illegal immigration, say the asylum seekers and the refugees coming in, with the quota, the Irish government took out a quota within the EU Immigration Pact of 30,000 a year. That's a quota, not a cap, by the way. They can go over that quota. They have to spend €20,000 for each one they don't take in under the 30,000, by the way. That's also signed within the EU Immigration Pact. That's how much the Irish government has disdain for its own people. Nobody voted for that one. So there's a difference between illegal and what's going on here. At least with this one, this is benefiting the economy. With the other one, they're getting sort of some type of social welfare, I believe. They're getting money. There's people buying up land all across the island that's housing asylum seekers and refugees, and that isn't benefiting society. Actually, that's regressing society. And in some cases, they're putting migrants into little towns of 200 people, and there's maybe 400 to 300 migrants, and the migrants now take over that town. That's wrong. That's regressing society. That shouldn't be happening. So we should have a cap on the amount of asylum seekers and refugees we take in. For me personally, that needs to be a cap at 5,000. We take no more, and that is it. In my opinion, we also need to be careful about the demographic change, because if we stay on this trajectory for the next 10, 20, 30 years, Ireland's demographics will just flip and it will be completely different, and that's wrong. That should not happen. I would be unhappy if that happened in the African nations. I would be unhappy if that happened in Russia, Ukraine, South America. So that shouldn't happen in Ireland. So we do need to get a grip on the legal immigration, which is an issue, by the way, and the illegal immigration. But while this is going on, we need to benefit from this, and we need to supercharge our economy so we're actually making money off the back of this. There's no point doing this and then living in sort of a welfare state. Let's put a cap on this. If you have been contributing to society for many years, 5-6 years, then yes, you're probably entitled to social welfare and all those things. However, if you're just here, you've come in with a fake passport, maybe there's bureaucracy around you working, let's remove that bureaucracy, get them to work and supercharge the economy.